In this video, I'll show you how to assign work to your students asynchronously. Whether you want to design a sort of blended or self-study program, or if you simply want to use the flipped classroom methodology, I'll show you how you can set up assignments for your student to do on their own that you can then discuss later. Here's how to do it. In discussing how to give my student asynchronous work or to use the flipped classroom, let's continue working with Ryan, the student from the last video. So Ryan has completed the placement test. Here are his results. And as you can see, Ryan has not been enrolled in any lessons. Well, let's say my first lesson with Ryan is not for another week, but I want to give him something to do in the meantime. I want to allow him some way to start doing some work on his own. And that way we can dedicate our class time to really focusing on the trouble spots instead of me teaching everything from start to finish. I can do that with Ryan because I know he's advanced. Here's how I'll do that. I'll go to his learning plan. Consumerism is a speaking lesson. This might not work as well, but it could because we have some good writing activities. So let's give him this lesson. Let's launch the lesson and I'm going to enroll the student. It will automatically have Ryan highlighted. So I'm going to enroll him, even though he's not here with me right now, and I will immediately close the classroom. And now by immediately closing the classroom, even though he's not here, it's asking me if I would like to send him the homework. I will click send homework and I will give him 7 days. Now, let's go back to Ryan. I'll refresh the page. If I go to his learning plan, it will show consumerism as complete because I've enrolled him in it. I'm going to untick it because even though I've enrolled him in it, it was just to assign him the homework. Now I'm going to do the same thing with the articles. Close classroom immediately and assign homework. 7-day due date. Once again, I can see that this is green. I'm going to unclick it and I'm going to give him one more bit of homework to do before we meet. And I'm going to unclick it. Okay, so now I want to show you what this looks like from Ryan's perspective. So I'm going to use the login as student feature so you can see what Ryan will see when he logs in to off to class. Now I'm on Ryan's account and I can see you are logged in as Ryan. I have an option to go back to my account. So there's no lesson for him to join because he's not active in a classroom. However, even though he's never been in a lesson with me, he can see that he has homework assignments. So he can now open a homework assignment. It will bring up the worksheet and he can click View Summary. This will show him the slides in a new tab. So here, Ryan can use this as his reference material, go back to his homework, and type in the answers. So he can then type in the answers. If he gets stuck, if he has a question, he can use the lesson summary because here is the teaching material. So if I have an advanced student who is not learning this material for the very first time, but is perhaps just a review and a refresher, this is a great reason to assign this to my student outside of the classroom because it will give him a chance to brush up his skills without using class time. So he has a chance to submit the homework, save and finish later, or just close it. It's the same thing with all his assignments. He can open the consumerism lesson and he can see here that we've got some vocabulary. If he doesn't remember the vocabulary, once again, he can click on View Summary and he'll be taken to the consumerism slides. Once Ryan does his homework, I will grade it just like any other circumstance. But this is a great way to give your student some extra work to do, to give them things to do outside of the classroom if there are extended breaks between lessons, or if they are at a high level and some of the material that you're going over with them is just a refresher. You can use off to class to give your students things to work on for the flipped classroom or to do asynchronously.